Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode.
All right. Well, this morning I went to the Saturday morning class and it was good. Some of the members are going to be 10-week challenge members. So they're newer to the ferals, newer to the program as a whole that we've got going on. They're going to be some folks that are every morning in like the early mornings, some members that are evening members that show up on like nighttime classes. And so it's a good mix. And I wanted to be there for the morning folks leaving and the next wave of folks coming to class. And I unfortunately just met the folks coming into the last class of the day, which is my squad. But that's okay. And as folks are coming in, it was a good reminder, like, why are we doing all this? Some members obviously are in fantastic shape. Some members that are not in fantastic shape. And at the end of the day, you can see that they're making the progress. They're working hard, they're sweating, they're huffing and puffing. And that was one thing I really wanted when doing this whole business buying. I wanted to see visible change for the customers that buy what I have to offer. I personally need a tangible before and after. Here's an example. So let's say like, I didn't want to buy like a security compliance company that does like CPR trainings, because say someone hires you to do CPR compliance, you go and you teach a bunch of people how to do CPR, you then leave and you collect your revenue. You don't know if people are now good at CPR or not. Like, you just taught someone that's helpful and beneficial, but you don't have you can't take a picture of before and after, unless you read like, oh, someone had a heart attack and your people did CPR and you take a picture of the news clipping. I personally wanted a before and after. So things that could have worked are a gym, a roofing company, a landscaping company, anything that has a visible before and after. If I can take a picture with my camera, boom, that's a good business. I wanted that. I needed that. And that's something that I could see today. Folks that are putting in the work, doing the effort. So that was really validating. I also wanted something that was easy to track financials. So not a super cash-based business. Vending machine companies, a lot of them are very coin and cash-based. And I don't know if I trust people to handle the cash all the way through. To full transparency, if someone's making $20 an hour and they can make $100 swiping some cash from the vending machine, I don't know if I want to have that in the back of my mind as an owner. Like, is all the cash being reported accurate? And so in a gym, 99% of all revenue is run through a credit card. Everything is very trackable. So I don't have as many, there's fewer places to accuse me of malfeasance when it comes to revenue reporting, because it's all digital. And I'm a fan of easier compliance. But then also, as I was after class today, was prepping for like the weekly email. The email this weekend is going out. I'm like, hey, just so you know, part of the program that you bought has an auto enrollment feature so that you have access to the club after the program. This is a courtesy reminder. And it's part of the weekly email. So people are notified and they know that this is part of what they bought. And so so I was in there for that. My manager and an instructor went to talk a little bit about the program. Some instructors not following the class plan because they have some physical limitations, and so they're not doing the full workout to the full degree of the program. And so my head instructor, she's a badass. She has like 5 certifications. She is almost like she's like the best like personal trainer you could have, and she doesn't look intimidating, which is kind of nice. A lot of personal trainers look physically intimidating, and she does not, but she is very strong, very flexible, really cool person. She was like, hey, what should I do? A lot of the instructors like these programs. A couple of instructors just won't do it. And that's frustrating because I put a lot of time and effort. I make sure this is a good thing. Wanted some input. How should I handle this? And I don't know where I got the idea, but my response to my lead instructor who writes the programs, I told her, like, hey, Kara, if we were going to like Cove in Wyzetta, which for those who don't know, that is like a premium high-end food place. Everyone who goes there like is in a suit and tie, a hobnobber, $150 a plate kind of place. If we were going to Cove for dinner, and the chef could not make the ribeye steak. I don't want us to downgrade our menu. I need our chef to upgrade, because our customers are expecting ribeye steaks when they go to Cove. And we need to up-level or train or improve our chef if they're not able to deliver a great ribeye steak, because they're paying ribeye prices. And so that was the takeaway. Like, a lot of our instructors are great at what they do. A couple could use some improvement, and that's fine. But we're not going to downgrade our service because there's some folks that are not able to fully deliver the premium experience that we are giving our members. And so the little physical presences like that are helpful, that you don't really get if you're not at the studio, as well as being reminded of, like, here are the people. It's a tangible business. It's not spreadsheets on a page. It's not projections on a forecasting sheet. It's not people I talk about when I'm on a Zoom call with other franchisees. Like, these are people that have kids, that eat hamburgers, that mow the lawn, that drive a car, that have a day job, that are struggling with diabetes, they're trying to get off insulin. They're trying to get the mobility back. They're trying to get ready to pick up their grandkids. They're trying to be able to stay away from the walker, because that's going to be their fate if they don't do something. And these are people that have tangible results. And so on days like today where it's like, I don't like how February was a lost month, March is going to be good because we have a big revenue surge. Like, that's good. That's awesome. Like, let's have a stable financial business. Like, that's, to me, a stable financial business, that is like a par for owning a business. But people are staying off meds. They're improving their health. They're going to be around longer. They're going to be more flexible. People are improving themselves personally, professionally, and healthfully. Like, that's solid. So I'm changing as a person. I used to want this big cash machine of a business. Right now, I just want something that pays a little bit of pay each month, covers groceries and a car payment. But I want to make sure that this is something that can stay around and to really benefit its members and its staff for the long haul. I'm changing as to what my motivation is as a business owner. So wanted to share that with you. Good to have a physical presence. Good to see the things that are being impacted by you as a good owner operator. And on days where I feel like just letting this implode, it's a good reminder that our members are cutting weight, and it's worth the fight. It's worth sticking around. It's worth the long days of the day job and this. So staying plugged in, staying on the calling, staying in the purpose, staying in the vision, and staying in the optimism, because there is optimism. There's hope. There's purpose beyond the spreadsheets, beyond the numbers, beyond the transactions. There's people and lives being changed. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. It's rock and roll.
This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.